YRN is sitting in front of the window admiring the night sky. She's 8.5 months pregnant now. The baby will come soon. She's eagerly waiting for her baby to come in her lonely life. A single drop of tear fall from the corner of her eyes, thinking about her ex-husband. How is he? What is he doing right now? Is he happy with his new life or feeling empty just like her? Those questions were running in her mind. She remembered how he begged her not to leave him that time. YRN was standing on the balcony with a straight face. Tonight is her last night in this house. In her husband's house that she proudly called hers just a week before. But now this is not her house anymore. Tomorrow she will leave from this house and her husband's life for forever. Suddenly someone back-hugged her tightly and started crying on her neck. She didn't move cause she know it's her husband. Taehyung, please YRN. Please don't leave me, I can't leave without you, please, I'll die if you leave me. YRN turned around and cupped his cheeks. YRN, don't say that, Taehyung, you have to live. For you unborn child. She's pregnant with your baby, Taehyung, you have to take care of her. Taehyung, no. YRN will find a solution for this situation. Just don't leave me like this. YRN, I have to, Taehyung, I have no choice. Just forget about me, Taehyung, and take care of her and your child. Taehyung, I can't forget you. It's impossible for me. You'll be always in my heart. I'll always love you, only you. He turned around and left. I fall on my knees and burst into tears. YRN, me too, Taehyung. I also can forget you and will always love you. But your one mistake separate us. Yes, his one big mistake. Taehyung accidentally made his girl best friend pregnant. One night, Taehyung went to a party with his friends. He also told YRN to come with him. But that day, YRN wasn't feeling well, so she didn't join him. He got drunk at the party and didn't remember what happened after that. After a week, his girl best friend Sarah come to their house crying badly and said she's pregnant with Taehyung's baby. Taehyung and YRN both didn't believe at her, so they did a test, and sadly the reports were positive, and that said she's carrying Taehyung's child. Sarah's parents kicked her out of the house after knowing she's pregnant. They said if Taehyung didn't divorce his wife and married their daughter, they will abort the child. Sarah come to YRN and request her to save her child. YRN didn't want to be a reason of an innocent soul's death. And besides, it's Taehyung's first child. So she decided to sacrifice and leave the love of her life to give him and his unborn child happiness. Next day, YRN signed the divorce papers and leave the house. Taehyung didn't said anything to her. He doesn't even looked at her for once. She knew. He's hurt, badly hurt. He was the best husband. He loved YRN with all of his heart, but his one mistake ruined everything. After a month of their divorce, YRN found out she's a month pregnant with Taehyung's child. But it's too late, she can't go back to him. They are divorced now and he's probably married with Sarah now. She and her child have more rights on him than YRN. And besides, YRN broke all the contacts with Taehyung after their divorce cause she knew if they keep it touch, Taehyung will never able to move on. So she decided to keep her pregnancy secret from her ex-husband and fight alone for her baby. YRN's thought interrupted by a sleepy voice. YRN, why are you still awake? It's not good for the baby, come here and sleep. YRN, see coming Ava. YRN quickly wiped her tears before walking toward the bed and lay down beside Ava. Ava is YRN's best friend and she knows everything. She support YRN and she's the one who's taking care of her during her pregnancy. And right now YRN only have Ava. Ava and her boyfriend always tried their best to make YRN happy. She's glad to have them in her life. YRN, good night, baby. Please come soon. Mama is waiting for you, she said, caressing her baby bump before closing her eyes. But that night YRN couldn't sleep and she doesn't even know why. She started missing Tae badly. She wants to have him beside her right now. Things happened before as she missed Taehyung every day. But this time, it's the worst. She wants to run out from this house and go to Taehyung now. Maybe her pregnancy hormones makes her feel like this. YRN tightly closed her eyes, recalled all the beautiful and precious memories with Taehyung. At a time, her tears become unstoppable. She started sobbing loudly, which makes Ava wake up. Ava, YRN, what happened? Are you crying? She sit straight and turned on the lights. She checked the time. 4:23 am. Ava starts patted Y or N's back lightly to calm her down. Ava. Y or N, are you okay? Is it hurting anywhere? Tell me. Y or N. Ava, I'm missing him. I want to go to him right now. Sob. Ava sighed heavily, knowing she's talking about Taehyung. She remained silent as she don't know what to say. On the other hand, Y or N started pleading her. Y or N. Please Ava take me to him. I want to see him. Y or N was crying badly with hiccups in front of Ava, which also makes her eyes teary. She can't see her friend like this, but what she can do? She's helpless. She doesn't know how to contact Taehyung. Ava. Y or N, calm down, please calm down, it's not good for the baby. Suddenly Y or N started breathing heavily while clenching her baby bump. Ava. Y or N, what happened? Are you okay? Y or N screamed a little instead of answering, which makes Ava panic. Ava. Y or N, is it labor pain? Are you your labo? Ava's word cutted by Y or N loud scream. Ava panicked. She picked up her phone with trembling hand, called her boyfriend Noah. Noah. Hell. Ava. Hurry up, come to my apartment with your car. Y or N is in her labor. Doctors took Y or N inside the OT while Ava and Noah was waiting outside with their tense face. Y or N, on the other hand, was screaming out of pain. The pain is too much, and besides, her body is also weak. She badly needs Taehyung beside her to hold her hand, to speak sweet words on her ear to make the pain litter easier for her. Tears were continuously falling down from the side of her eyes as her throat also started hurting because of screaming. She can't help but scream because of the pain. Doctor. All right, Ms. Y or N, I can see the head, just one last push. Y or N took a deep breath and pushed her baby bump with all her leftover strength while screaming loudly. And then she heard it. She heard her baby crying. The sweetest melody in this world. Her baby come to this world. She won't be alone anymore. Y or N smiled weakly before everything went black. She lost her consciousness. Sarah was sitting in the living room crossing her legs while sipping her wine. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. Taehyung just left for office. Suddenly her phone rang. She checked the caller ID and quickly picked up the phone. Sarah. Tell me, did something happen? Miss Y or N give birth to a baby girl few minutes ago. Sarah smirked hearing the news. Sarah. Okay, I'm coming. You know what to do, right? Yes, everything will happen according to your plan, don't worry. Sarah. Get up from the couch and wear her fake baby bump. Yes, she wasn't pregnant. She faked it. She knew Y or N is pregnant before Y or N knew it herself, cause the doctor was her friend and a greedy person. The doctor found out Y or N is pregnant in a monthly health checkup, and she informed Sarah about it cause she knew Sarah loves Taehyung and she won't be happy hearing the news. Sarah got angry and wanted to kill Y or N as soon as she got to know about her pregnancy. But then an evil idea plopped in her mind. Sarah entered in the room and smirked seeing Y N's tried sleeping face. She held the baby in her arms and smirked. Sarah. From now on I'll be your mom and it will be a secret between us. She took out her phone and dialed a number. After 2 rings she heard a deep voice. What do you want? Sarah. You are a dad now. I give birth to our child. Come to the hospital to visit us. Taehyung. Taehyung didn't said anything to Sarah, he just cut the call. He got up from his seat with trembling legs and went to his car and started driving to the hospital. Taehyung, the child that separated me from my Y or N is now come to the world, he said and chuckled sadly. Taehyung. Y or N, where are you? Why did you disappear suddenly? You said you'll come to meet me after the divorce. He whispered as a single drop of tear fall from his eyes. I hope you're happy wherever you are. I hope you already moved on and found a right man for you that I failed to be. Taehyung whipped his tears and concentrate on driving. He's missing her, missing his Y or N badly. He started taking sleeping pills to sleep after Y or N left him, but last night it didn't help. Also, he couldn't sleep last night even after taking the sleeping pills as he was feeling that his Y or N needs him. He was craving for Y N's embrace last night. He never gives Sarah Y or N's position. He married her after their divorce but never accepted Sarah as his wife. They also slept in separate rooms. Sarah tried many tricks to make him hers. She seduced him, show him her fake tears to melt his heart, but nothing worked. He always behaved cold towards her and just do his responsibility towards Sarah and her unborn baby, nothing else. Taehyung parked his car in front of the hospital and take a deep breath before walking in. He is feeling something heavy in his heart since last night, which is hurting him. An unknown fear is surrounding him. He asked the nurse about Sarah's room. No. He stand in front of the door and knocked it. After hearing Sarah's weak voice, he slowly walked in. He saw Sarah lying on the bed and there's a small crib beside the bed. Sarah, oh Taehyung, you came, look, our baby is so cute. Taehyung didn't said anything to her and started walking towards the crib. He peeked in and his heart started beating fast, seeing the small human sleeping peacefully in there. He carefully picked the baby in his arms and kissed her small forehead. He smiled and whispered to the baby, Taehyung, you're so tiny. He looked at his daughter's face and his tears rolled down. She reminded him of Y or N. Her face is just like hers, but how she's not her daughter. She got small mole on her nose just like Taehyung, but her eyes and lips were like YN's. She a mix of Taehyung and YN. Taehyung, how I wish you came from my yin. YN opened her eyes and the first thing she did was looking beside her to see her baby. She frowned when she saw the crib was empty. She got up, avoiding the pain of her lower abdomen. Suddenly the door opened, revealing Ava and Noah. Y or N? Ava, where is my baby? Does doctors take her for tests? Y or N asked, but Ava didn't said anything. She was looking down. Y or N then looked at Noah and asked him, Y or N? Noah, do you know where's my baby? I want to see her, how she look like. Y or N said with a smile which makes Ava broke into tears. Y or N got afraid seeing her crying. She got some hints before seeing their sad faces, but pushed it off. But now seeing Ava cry like this makes her trembling. Y or N? And Noah, why Ava is crying? Is my baby is okay? She asked with trembling tone as her hands started getting cold. Ava. No. Y or N? No, your baby is not okay. Doctors said she can't survive. Ava said while crying and expect Y or N to burst into sobbing, but she didn't heard anything from Y or N, so she slowly raised her head and found Y or N looking at her calmly, but her tears were treating to come out. Y or N, it's not a time to joke, Ava. Come on. Give me my baby. She must be hungry. Her voice cracked, I need to feed her. Ava, Y or N? Why are you guys just standing there? Give my baby to me right now. Y or N shouted before burst into tears. Ava run to her and hugged her tightly. Y or N? Ava, please tell me it's a lie. Nah, nothing has happened to my baby. She's fine and he healthy, right? Ava, I wish I could say that. Y or N? Y or N? Ava, please, let me see him, my baby. I know she's fine. Ava, I can't. Y or N? I can't. Your baby is gone. Y or N? No, she can't leave her mommy alone in this world. She's here, I know, just let me see her. Noah. Y or N, please calm down, you're not fully recovered yet. Y or N? My baby. Sob. Y or N started shouting and crying miserably while hitting her chest. Ava couldn't see her best friend like this, so she ran out of the room while crying, but suddenly she bumped into someone. She looked at the person with teary eyes and her eyes widened seeing the person in front of her. Ava. Why you?